real Italian. Look at what we got.
New Hamburger Helper, zesty Italian and cheesy Italian.
2 new flavors, they really hit the spot.
Mix your hamburger with real Italian-style pasta, tangy tomato sauce, and authentic seasoning.
Just to take a bite, you're gonna like them both a lot.
Try these delicious new flavors, zesty Italian and cheesy Italian.
Hamburger Helper makes a great Italian meal.
There is truth in advertising, yes I swear. Got new Nikes on my feet and Vidal Sassoon in my hair. I can sure use a Budweiser Fruit of the Loom underwear. There is truth in advertising, I swear. Why would they lie to me when they love what they sell? Plus we all know that the liars have a special fire in hell. On the television, radio, and in the magazines, the advertising gods perpetuate the American dream. Advertising, let it be, let it be. Now I know that I don't need to buy everything they try to sell me, but so easily divided is a fool and is my need. There is truth in advertising, let it be. Why would they lie to me when they love what they sell? Plus we all know that the liars got a special fire in hell. On the television, radio, and in the magazines, the advertising gods perpetuate American dream.
When women started to enter the workforce en masse, we began to see the rise of easy-made dinners, because with nobody to be the homemaker anymore, the need for a simple, fast-made dinner for everyone was a necessity. This is why in the 90s we saw a boom in mac and cheese as the quick, easy dinner for kids. Thusly, in December 1970, at the height of a weakened U.S. economy and with beef prices soaring, Betty Crocker launched Hamburger Helper. The brand made its national debut in 1971 with 5 flavors and was a smash hit right from the get-go. More than 1 in 4 U.S. households purchased the product within its first year, and while Crocker had actually launched 4 similar dinner mixes in 1967, there was a big difference that set the two apart. The 67 meals, hamburger had to be browned in one pan and the noodles cooked in another. The key to Hamburger Helper's success is that it's all done in one pan, making it so much easier and more convenient. And where would a successful brand be without its mascot? Well, as it turns out, the mascot wouldn't even come into play until the end of the brand's first decade. Due to declining sales, Hamburger Helper required a literal helping hand, and this meant the creation of their famous mascot, Lefty. And while his name sounds more like a guy who'd help you carry out a hit for the mob instead of someone who helps you put together dinner, Lefty proved to be a rather invaluable part of the process. Lefty debuted in 1977, though originally without a name, and was only retroactively named Lefty because he's a left hand. He was instantly embraced and easily recognizable. Originally a puppet prop, he, like most mascots, underwent numerous changes and eventually became digital. In September 2020, an original Lefty puppet was featured on the A&E television series What's It Worth?, though no appraisal has been made public from what we can find. The whole concept of Lefty is easy to comprehend. He's a literal helping hand. The whole idea is that after a hard day, the last thing you want to do is slave over a hot stove for a few hours, so here comes Lefty, a sentient, physical embodiment of a helping hand to make your job in the kitchen just a little bit easier. I think that part of what led to his success is that people enjoy being helped. No matter what the government may tell you, the general public actually likes it when others help them. So it's a fairly easy trait to back on for success and relatability. And while Lefty certainly never reached the heights that other food mascots might have, he was still a common staple of television commercials for a good 30 to 40 years. He was somewhat on the same level as, say, the Pillsbury Doughboy, just much less adorable. Still, simplicity and general cuteness works wonders on a mass audience. But after a while, he slowly disappeared into the background and stopped being seen on television as frequently, to the point where it seemed like Lefty may have been finally put to rest. Then, in 2016, after being fairly retired from the mascot game for a while, an unusual thing happened. Lefty dropped a mixtape.
Yeah. Some call me crazy. That might be true. Cause if you take my Hamburger Helper, I don't know what I might do. Some call me crazy. That might be true. Cause if you take my Hamburger Helper, I don't know what I might do. See, I'm a fool for the food. If you take it, I don't know what I do. Flow 6 is like the flu, like back coffee and hot juice. I mean, I'm thinking about the hand, the meat sizzling in the pan. I know when I'm in the gym, I know that burger gon' go in. I know I'm about 6 foot with an appetite to match. Give me all that with the seasoning packs. Confessing my love on wax, sit back and relax. I Netflix and chill with the meal. Meanwhile, they telling stories like Jack and Jill. How you feel? How you feeling? I'm a villain, ice grilling, already so good, got me crying, Mulberry, belly poking out, feeling all heavy, chasing these meals, feeling so chevy, tasting these tasty treats all week. When you see me in the streets, remember this before you speak, cause I'm geek. Some call me crazy, I'm crazy. That might be true, cause if you take my Hamburger Helper, I don't know what I might do. Some call me crazy, I'm crazy. That might be true. Cause if you take my Hamburger Helper, I don't know what I might do. That's me up in the stove, wanting more. You see me, Hamburger Helper. Some Hamburger Helper. Some Hamburger Helper.
In 2014, a tweet, originally meant as a joke, was met with an astounding response. So with the help of a student team from McNally Smith College of Arts and Music, a mixtape featuring 5 original songs created by established artists, along with the students themselves, was created and dropped on SoundCloud. Lefty even went on to star in 2 music videos, which caught the eye of famed music reviewers Billboard, who stated, and I quote, "Lefty is the hottest new rapper on the scene." Despite being an extremely elaborate April Fool's Day joke that originally spawned off a joking tweet, the fact that this happened is baffling, to say the least. When mascots try to reinvent their image, it's usually with a physical makeover. They get visually updated for a new generation, or perhaps they try on a whole new attitude. I suppose this could be seen as trying a whole new attitude, but overall it's confusing, because music has nothing to do with noodles. If anything, this is quite possibly the smartest ad move a brand has ever made, simply because it's so out of left field and detached from the concept of the brand that it makes it more approachable, and thus all the funnier. The album, titled Watch the Stove, the title of which is a parody of the Jay-Z and Kanye West collaborative album Watch the Throne, certainly isn't totally disconnected from the brand. Its song titles include Food for Your Soul, Feed the Streets, and one called In Love with the Glove, which just sounds a little too sexual to me. Its bizarreness instantly achieved it viral status, and thus it was played over 4 million times on SoundCloud in less than 3 days. It seemed like somebody at the company knew the sort of humor the internet generally appreciates, and decided that instead of just updating the image or making goofy new commercials, they should do something so strange it couldn't be ignored. And it seems to have worked. And frankly, good for them, for managing to find a way to break through the noise of modern-day pop culture, something that's been smothered in excess mediocre media to the point that it then suffocates anything genuinely good by its overwhelming amount of mediocrity. They saw the internet for what it was, a tool that could be used to propel pre-existing concepts and brands to a new, younger generation if done correctly. Far too many of these companies are stuck in the past, and that's part of why a lot of these mascots die. Because they don't know how to properly port them to the modern era. Who'd have thunk Hamburger Helper, and by extension Lefty, of all hands, would have figured it out. And while the mixtape didn't really revive the mascot, if it's the note he goes out on, it certainly is a high one. And we gotta give him a hand for that.